Bisi Adewale here, your family coach. I appreciate you for joining me in this particular episode of our Great Marriage Conference. In this episode, I will be talking to you about highways of politeness in marriage. Highways of politeness in marriage. To have a successful marriage, to build a better home, and make your home a blissful one, everyone in it must pass through the highway of politeness. You can't be too nice to your spouse. You can't be too polite to your mate. If you are impolite, if you only put down your spouse and you think that is marriage, you'll be disciplining yourself. There's nobody that can live with impoliteness for too long. So one of the major reasons why marriages are crashing around the world is because people are not polite. I will be explaining this when I come back shortly. You are welcome back. Let me show you what it means to be impolite in marriage. Number one, when you talk rashly and harshly to your spouse, shut up, idiot. Idiot. I hate you. Look at the way you dress. Goats, rabbits, animals. Just calling them several names are not polite. Another one is fighting in the public. When you are always fighting in the public or correcting your spouse in the public sharply. Another one is comparing your spouse with other people, with your secretary, with your housemaid, with your ex, with your parent, with your sibling, with your friends spouse. It's not fair and it's not polite. Another one is criticizing each other. When you always criticize your spouse, that is not polite at all. Another way people become impolite to their spouse is outright condemnation of their spouse stature, background, ability, contribution, parents, jobs, motherhood, fatherhood, manhood, womanhood, dressing, outlook, cooking. You always condemn. Is this food? Is this food? Nonsense. Nonsense. I don't even think you were taught in your house. You cook jollof rice, look like a popcorn. I regret marrying you. So you call yourself a man. You call yourself a man. Yeah, man. You don't know what your mates are doing? No, he's not a man. He's not a man. Why don't you go and buy brazier for him? And don't forget skirt and blouse. Outright condemnation of your spouse is one of the highest stupidity in any marriage any day. And it's a sign that you are not polite. My major fear or my shock is people can be polite outside. They can be polite to neighbors. They can be polite in church. They can be polite at work. They can be polite in the public, in the offices, everywhere, in the society. But they suddenly become impolite when they get back home. Men are doing it. Women are doing it. We need to change this. We need to become polite to help our spouse to grow, to become better, and to generate love toward each other. Let me show you more signs of impoliteness in marriage. When you are fond of backing others to like, with you now, come out. You are pressing the horn of the car. Come out. Go. Don't you know the better? And you are shouting. You are shouting. Then you back other to your wife. You are impolite. When you speak angrily and you speak abusive words to your husband, to your wife, you are not doing well. And when you fail to listen to the suggestion of your spouse, when you fail to listen to the suggestion of your spouse, you don't want to hear everything your wife wants to say or your husband is suggesting, you are being impolite. When you don't spend time together with your spouse, really? Yes. Your spouse abandon every other personality on earth to marry you. The least you can do is to spend time with them. The least you can do. So when you don't spend time, you work late in the office, you deliberately work late in the office so that you can avoid your spouse. You hang out with friends instead of driving back home. Some will go to nightclubs just to avoid their wives. Some wives too, they are hooked with their children. Every time is to carry the baby, my children, my children. There's no time to be together. It is not the best thing. It is not the best thing that can happen in your marriage. Another one is infidelity. When you begin to sleep with any other people or you are flirting with them, it's a sign of being impolite. Pornography. When you are looking on pornography, looking at the nakedness of strange men and women out there, you don't even know whether they are alive or dead. Still, their nakedness is arousing you to the extent that you don't want to see your wife, you don't want your husband touches, you don't want your wife touches. This is impolite. When you masturbate, we have a lot of people. I remember a man, the wife reported him to me that we should help out. He will not sleep with his wife, but he will be masturbating. Really? Yes. He'll be masturbating right there beside the wife. That's impolite. That's wickedness. That's wickedness. Embarrassing your spouse in the public is another one. But I remember a man told me the wife is a little bit fat, and we were just somewhere. He just said, step up and move forward, move quickly. Woman, move. You just be walking like an overloaded trailer. Wow. 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 Embarrassed. The woman was like, wow. She nearly fell down. That is impolite. If you want a great marriage, if you want a better marriage, you need to be polite. When you don't obey your husband, not obeying your husband, contesting with your husband, fighting with your husband, is impolite. Also, using words that belittle your wife, you are being impolite. Now, let me tell you another one. Telling your spouse that he or she is a mistake in your life is a mistake statement and is impolite. When you are often telling your spouse it's a mistake. I should have married so person. Oh, I regret marrying you. You are a mistake in this marriage. Whosoever is that saying that is the mistake in that marriage, not the person you are saying it to. Don't say words that belittle each other. Don't say words that makes your spouse look foolish. Another way to become impolite is to when you blame your spouse for the mistake of the children. This is more common among men, to blame their spouses for the mistake of their children. This is very wrong. When children make mistakes, let's work on it together. Let's work on it together. I will be back shortly. Another one is not complimenting each other, not complimenting the effort of your wife, the effort of your husband. When your wife cook, when your husband foot the bill, and you don't just compliment, you just overlook it. When you overlook what your husband did, what your wife did, it's a sign that you are not polite. Another one is sexual denial, especially when you do it rashly. When you do it in the last, you told your husband, you don't you know any other thing than sex. Every time he says, don't you know any other thing? He knows any other thing. He knows your name. He knows his house address. He knows his phone number. He knows. Some people say, is it food? Is it food? No, it's not food. It's water. The Bible calls it water. In the book of Proverbs chapter 5, verse 15 to 19, drink water from your own sister. Running water from your own well. Be polite. Don't if you want to say no to your husband, you must say it politely. You must say it politely. You see, every day you have erection. You see, every day you are correct, madam. It's every day, man, we have erection. In fact, it's because he's having erection that you stay in his house. If he doesn't have erection, you will see it as a problem. So you are correct when you say, see, every day you have erection. An average man will wake up with an erection. In fact, that should make you happy. That should show that he's a man. Stop being impolite to each other. Impoliteness is the foundation of destruction of any marriage. In fact, it's a cancer. If you don't kill it, it will kill your marriage. Thank you for joining me in this episode of Great Marriage Conference. I will see you in the next episode.